This is the Durable Dad Podcast. I'm your host, Tommy Geary. This show will give you the skills and the tools you need to be a rock-solid man for your work, your community, and most importantly, your family. All right, episode number 1, The Durable Dad. Guys, today we are going to define a durable dad. And these are going to be qualities and areas of life to focus on. You don't have them all. You probably have some. I kind of look at these as challenges that we're up against. One of my coaches likes to say, instead of calling them challenges, look at them as opportunities. So I'm going to frame it up like that. I'm going to talk about the challenge and then the opportunity that being a man, fatherhood, our jobs give us to take on these challenges and overcome them. So think of these areas. We're going to go over them. There's 6 of them. Think of them as places where we can set some goals, a destination to go to. All right. So number 1, a durable dad knows what he stands for and his actions show it. So this is understanding your priorities and making time for them. 2 challenges within this one. One is we have to define what our priorities are, what we stand for. And then the second challenge is that we have a shit ton to do and a lot to get done, a lot of responsibilities, and it's easy to get overwhelmed. And then our days just start flying by. We're putting out fires. We're busy all the time. And then when we look back at our day or our week or our month, we haven't put our time and focus into the things in life that light us up and get us excited. So the opportunity here is to define who we are and start living it, not let work and our chores take over, and show our kids what a full life is. All right, that's number 1. Number 2, durable dad stays in the game. So he leans into his role as a dad and a husband. And the challenge here, guys, is that it's really easy to check out. We're up against a world that's full of distractions, and we can fall into some bad habits, even addictions, like scrolling on our phone, just totally checking out. Porn is a big one. Netflix, gambling, overworking is even an addiction or this bad habit that can pull us out of the game. And the opportunity here is to tap into why we're a father, why we're a husband, and use that desire to be the leader of our family and start to manage these urges towards these unhealthy habits. It's not going to happen overnight, but it is something that we can work towards and will make us stronger men. So durable dad stays in the game. He owns it all, from playing with his kids, having fun, doing the dishes, sticking around for the tough conversations. He doesn't check out. Number 3, durable dad has the capacity to feel. This one might sound soft, but it's huge. It's really powerful because most of our time is stuck in our head. We're good at thinking and analyzing and being logical, and we don't talk about disappointment, sadness, fear, anger. And the challenge here is that we weren't taught how to feel. And we'll dive into this more in future episodes, but we've suppressed so much of our emotions and pushed them down that they come out in unhealthy ways. Feeling is a skill. So the opportunity is to build our capacity to feel. And once we do, when we're connected with our feelings, understand our emotions, it opens up our communication. It creates more patience at our jobs and at home. We don't shut down as much. The big thing here, right? Our responsibility is that when we learn how to feel, it allows us to be there for our kids when they're going through tough times, when they're having big emotions. We get to teach them that it's okay to feel. Okay, so those are the first 3. Let's recap. A durable dad knows what he stands for. A durable dad stays in the game, and he has the capacity to feel. All right, so we don't have to nail all of these areas all the time. I know I definitely don't, But we're consistently aware of these areas of life, and we're using them as benchmarks to evaluate our performance and shift our attention accordingly. So number 4, a durable dad takes care of himself. He fills up his own cup or puts on his mask first. Maybe you've heard those sayings before. I like to think of this as a reservoir of energy, right? We take care of our energy. You can think of it as this reservoir at the bottom of our belly, and it goes up to the top of our chest. And when it's full of energy, we can give this out. We can give it out to our family, to our job. And then as we're giving this energy out, the reservoir starts emptying. And when it gets to the bottom, if we let it get to the bottom, it's all sludgy energy and it's not as high vibrations. This is when we're short on temper, short on patience. We're not taking care of ourselves as much. So we want to keep that reservoir filled up. And the challenge is that we're short on time and we don't prioritize time for ourselves. So the opportunity here is really simple. It's to get healthier. Not for us, but because we do it for our family and our work. Making time for a 15-minute HIIT exercise or going to bed earlier. We need to work on our health, and the benefit of that is like we'll also show our kids what it is, what it looks like to be a healthy person. So you'll kind of start to notice all these areas have this benefit to ourselves and then in turn benefits our kids. Number 5, a durable dad allows others to support him. This is all about community and the power of having a tribe. And historically, if we zoomed out, humans have thrived in communities. And our challenge is that we've been siloed. And it's really easy to isolate ourselves. And at some point, we've created this mindset that we need to solve all of our problems on our own. If there's a problem in our marriage or a problem with our health, we should have to figure it out. So challenge has been presented. The opportunity is to make some new connections and to lift up others and allow others to lift you up. Because when we connect with other guys that are in similar situations than us and share what we have going on and hear what they have going on, there becomes this bond and support starts to strengthen. So this has been a big one for me. We moved to Ohio about 3 years ago. And when we moved here, my connections were my wife's family, the neighbors that we started to get to know, and I didn't have my own friends. But this workout group that I luckily fell into, got invited to, has become supportive for me. They're my friends now. We get together, mostly work out. We'll get together for coffees, and it doesn't have to be in person though. Right? I also lead a group of guys on a Zoom call twice a month, and we share our wins and we share where we're stuck and we help each other navigate it and look at different perspectives to help each other grow. So a durable dad surrounds himself with other men and he knows the power of community. All right, number 6, a durable dad leads with his heart. And this is about not letting fear win. Okay, the challenge is really our brain. Our brain is always on the lookout for danger, and then we try to control situations. So the opportunity to lead with our heart means dropping our guard. And there's actually an ease when we do this. We start to assume good intent from other people, and we have this trust to not have to control and know that everything's going to play out the way it's supposed to. And this goal pays huge dividends for your family, for the world. All right, so let's recap. A durable dad knows what he stands for, and he prioritizes that. He makes time for what's important to him. Durable dad stays in the game. He doesn't check out. He doesn't get sucked into all the distractions that our current environment throws our way. He builds a capacity to feel, connect, allow his emotions instead of push them down. He starts to take care of himself better. He knows the importance that his health brings to the people in his life. Number 5, he builds a community, support system around him to lift him up. And the last one is that the durable dad leads with his heart. All right, future episodes, we're going to break these down even more, give some actionable tools to put to use as we all try to grow and just get a little better each day. All right, raising good human beings in this world starts with us setting an example of what that means. So in the next episode, we're going to talk about how to start taking action. Appreciate you guys listening. Later, guys. All right, before you take off, what is your big challenge for 2026? If you haven't decided yet, check out the next Grand Canyon trip, a 16-mile hike from the top of the canyon down to the Colorado River and back up. This is the kind of challenge that's going to push you into a higher gear. You're going to train, you're going to get in better shape, and you're going to check off a bucket list experience. So if you're wanting something to train for next year, a goal that's going to pull you out of the grind, this is it. We're assembling the team right now. All the details are on the website. Training starts in January. We hike in April. Check it out.